Speaking of which, of creatively bankrupt, let's talk about Mattel and the cinematic universe that they're planning to do as our final topic of the day. So, guys, we have this Variety article here with the lovely Lena Dunham featured very prominently next to Margot Robbie.
Is she Barney?
No, she's
you love me. Excuse me.
So Lena Dunham is working on the Polly Pocket adaptation. But what's weird here is, so like Mattel, off of the success of Barbie, what they're looking to do is they're looking to take all of their kind of like toy IPs and turn them into a movie that's somehow connected. But they're hiring these people that are making very adult changes to these things. So instead of targeting like the youngins, as these toy movies should, they're actually making them so that they're darker, more adult themed, and stuff like that. And everyone's wondering, like, Mattel, what are you doing here? What do you do here?
What are you doing, man?
Vader, yeah, Vader, what do you think of this, of Mattel going out and hiring Lena Dunham to make like a Polly Pocket movie and stuff?
I know. Look, this Barbie, I didn't watch, don't care, not for me. There is nothing in that list of movies that I want to see. Nothing. I mean, it's
you don't want to see a gritty Hot Wheels movie.
How do you make a movie cinematic universe on things designed for 6-year-olds? I can't.
You don't want to see Thomas and Friends is directed by the guy who brought us World War Z?
I mean,
you don't want to see Thomas and Friends by Quentin Tarantino.
I mean, you look at this list, right? And Barney, I love you, you love me. It's just like the Adventures of the Pedo Dinosaur. No, nobody wants to watch that. Okay,
guys, let me read you the synopsis for Barney.
Oh boy.
Let me just read this.
Go ahead.
We continue, Matt.
Oh boy.
The iconic purple dinosaur will inspire a live-action film that Mattel has previously described as an A24 type of surrealistic movie. Now, Brenner divulges a few more details, telling Variety, "I don't know that it's necessarily going to be darker. It's just going to be unique, more of like a Being John Malkovich or adaptation type movie, referencing the 1999 and 2002 Spike Jonze films." That's what they're planning for Barbie.
Yeah,
we already have Death to Smoochie.
I'm gonna say, so they're making Death to Smoochie then with Barney.
you know,
I think that's hilarious.
You go down this list, right? And Polly Pocket, no idea what that is, don't care. Hot Wheels has already been done by the Cars. There's already, the movie's already out. Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, but
hasn't that been made? Hasn't that been made with?
No. They haven't movies though. No, but
Real Steel was
Real Steel. That's what I'm talking about. It's already.
Oh
been done.
it was. You're right. But they said the Hot Wheels thing was gonna be like a gritty crime story, and you're like, what the?
Yeah.
For kids.
Magic 8-Ball. Ooh, spooky.
Yeah. How do you turn Uno into a movie?
That one confuses the hell out of me.
I know.
What they didn't tell you about Magic 8-Ball is that nothing has nothing to do with the toy, bro. It's actually just a bunch of people just slamming speed.
The writers from Squid Game do Uno.
Terrible. But I have one more that's on this list, and Matt can bring it up if he wants.
Go ahead.
Major Matt Mason, starring Tom Hanks. But then if you look at it, it says the writers are Akiva Goldsman and Michael Chabon. Are you out of your freaking minds?
The
Star
geniuses
Trek royalty
behind
right
Star
there,
Trek
bro.
Picard Season 1.
Wishbone.
I just can't. I can't.
I want to hear them say Akiva Goldsman and Michael Chabon in this sci-fi epic. You're like, okay, all right, here we go.
Wishbone, directed by the writers behind John Wick.
Oh god!
This time, the dog gets revenge.
Like I want to be excited for Wishbone just because of the books, but at the same time, I've got no faith. That that's even going to make it to screen. I think they're going to like greenlight it, sit on it for a few months, and then just like, this is too stupid. Cut it.
Yeah, guys. Thomas and Friends, directed by Mark Forster, the World War Z and Monsters Ball director, will helm a fantasy film based on the children's animated train series.
All right, here's how you can make it work. Have y'all ever seen Major Payne?
Yes.
Okay, Major Payne, when he describes the little engine that could, and Charlie was all over the place, and he was bleeding out. Like, that's what we need from Thomas.
Let me break your finger.
And what really sucks?
Why?
What really sucks is that every one of these movies are going to make $1 billion, and I'm going to be infuriated when that
No,
happens.
they're not.
It's
They're not
gonna
making
be
$1 billion.
crazy.
I sure hope not.
Let me toss this to Crimson, because like this goes back to our adaptation discussion, where you have, instead of adapting books, you're adapting toys now and games. So like is there a path to an actual Mattel Cinematic Universe that could actually be interesting as opposed to just insulting?
Look, I'm going through this list, and so many of these read like a joke. Like, I had to keep double checking that I'm not like on The Onion or Babylon Bee or something like that, some sort of a weird parody site. How the hell do you do anything with Uno? You can stretch things with Masters of the Universe, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Hot Wheels. I can see a Polly Pocket movie. It's going to be insipid, and I'm not going to watch it, but I could see it existing.
It's gonna be
Crimson.
The Pocket. And you're like, whoa, what is this?
Polly
Crimson.
Pocket and her pocket dimension.
Uno's going to be about the underground Uno scene. It's kind of like Rounders with Matt Damon and John Malkovich, but with Uno instead of poker.
Okay, so here's what I think is going to happen. Some of these are going to actually make it to production. Not many. We're probably less than half, because we got a list of, 14 right here, and so many of these are stupid ideas. I feel like I'm watching a parody, and I'm the only one not in on the joke.
If it feels like almost like you're watching Idiocracy, and they're in the background they're playing the trailer for Uno by Quentin Tarantino, that kind of stuff. It's like a fake trailer, like
directed by Sam Peckinpah. That I would watch, but I think a number of these are going to make it to film, and for one reason or another, like Barbie is going to be a one-off success. The rest of these are going to probably break even. Maybe a little bit of a profit, but we're not talking a smash hit. And it's just going to slowly taper off from that. The idea of a Mattel Cinematic Universe, first off, that implies that these are all linked. And cinematic universes are just becoming so tiresome. Marvel, the pioneers of the concept, are dying because so many of their stories are so ludicrously intertwined with so many contradictory information at this point that it can no longer stand under its own weight. There's so little scrutiny that actually holds up to anything, such as Loki destroying the concept of free will within the universe.
I just
love it.
I just get so annoyed when we're looking at this kind of stuff. When I look at Crimson's bookshelf back there again, and there's all of these things that they can make really cool books and movies and series of, and yet we're talking about, man, I can't wait for that new movie about the board game Sorry to come out next year. It's going to be fantastic. I rolled a 12. I get to go again. Woo! It's going to be amazing. No,
you guys remember the Battleship movie? That was
hey, I like that movie.
Brian, speaking of movies,
I like that movie a lot, actually.
So it was, one of the movies on this list is a Masters of the Universe movie, and it recently came out that Kevin Smith mishandled the cartoon so much that Netflix canceled all the live action He-Man stuff. So basically, Mattel is like, okay, well, if Netflix isn't going to do it, I guess we'll do it ourselves. So, what's your take on the whole Masters of the Universe debacle?
I mean, that tracks, doesn't it? Though, right? Like Kevin Smith was so bad at his job that Netflix gave up. Like, that totally tracks, man. I would have liked to have seen a live action He-Man, though. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been great.
What was interesting is that the people producing the He-Man live action version, they went to Netflix and they're like, hey, for $180 million, we're going to give you 2 He-Man movies. And Netflix looked at the ratings for the Kevin Smith animated version, and they were like, nah, we're good. So Kevin Smith is basically being blamed for, sinking He-Man and Masters of the Universe on streaming. And so now it looks like they're going to pivot back to actual movies to be released in theaters. Odin, do you think that any of these movies could replicate the success of Barbie?
The only one on that list, and it would still have to do quite a bit to do so, that I could think that could even come close would probably be Barney. And the only reason why I say that is because if you look at, the Barbie film, what did that film have going for it? A massive IP, right? We're talking about, the vast majority of women, especially in the United States, who have had at least one Barbie doll at some point in their life. It's a huge market share that you have, to be able to bring into a movie and bring into a theater, in addition to an incredible marketing campaign that was able to focus on certain things that really weren't the focus of the actual movie itself. So if you have something similar to that with Barney, you're still not going to get close to it because, as big of a name as Barney is, it's nothing close to where Barbie is as far as just name recognition itself. So I would say out of all these movies, you might have the only thing that they have going for them, if Mattel continues their relationship with this studio, is that they seem to be spending a reasonable amount of money on these things, right? When it comes to Barbie, for instance, the end cost to them was around $100 million, which is still a lot of money, but in today's Hollywood, where Disney's spending at least $200 million on every project they make, it's definitely a lot much more feasible. So I think that because of that, you're still looking at movies that even if they don't do, Barbie levels, because Barbie's well on its way to $1 billion, even if it only gets to maybe half of that, it would still be profitable from that. So, I mean, could it make it work? I think they could if they actually had the right people behind it. But I'm sorry, like the fact that in any of these projects, Lena Dunham is attached to anything automatically makes me say, yeah, I don't see how this could possibly work.
Lena Dunham is horrible. Like, she's legitimately horrible.
There's only one thing she's good in.
Quit saying her name, please. You're making me.
And it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She has a very small part in it, and because she's barely in it, you barely even notice that she's there and that it's even her.
That scene where they shoot her in the head after she laughs?
No.
That was a good scene. I like that.
It's like Will Wheaton dying in that one movie. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, toy soldiers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, Vin Diesel is going to be in Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and Hot Wheels is going to be made by J.J. Abrams, according to Variety.
It makes total sense that he's gonna play both the Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah. There it is.
You will.
We haven't had that out in a while, have we?
I keep it locked and loaded just for such occasions.
Hey guys, if you like this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and comment below on your favorite video as well. That goes a long way with helping us boost our channel and get out there in front of more people. And it lets YouTube know that we're doing something right. And if you want to catch us live, we go live 2 times a week, once on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time and on Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. So join us there in the chat. We will see you on the live stream. Stay salty.